Hey everyone, I am Celeste Parker from Hexen Arcane, and I'm here because I want to tell you about an interesting ghost story I kind of discovered. So I set out to explore the Milwaukee Public Museum again. It had been a while since I'd been there, and I stumbled upon a good ghost story. The museum has been around for a long time. It's only been in its current building since the 1960s, but I believe it has been around since the 1800s. And it's set to move to a new location in a couple of years. They're actually building like a new building for it. So I wanted to see it while I still can in its current iteration. And there's like this temporary dinosaur exhibit going on that's really cool. So I actually really enjoyed that. So if you get a chance to see it before it's done, go see it. While I was there, I spoke to museum employee Alice Wilson, and she had to say this about the supposed third floor ghost.
Hi, my name is Alice Wilson. I'm here at the Milwaukee Public Museum, and I've been employed here off and on as a temporary visitor assistant since 2010. This is my fourth time working here. So today I just want to share with you a little bit about Dr. Stephan F. Borhegyi. He was the museum's director from 1959 to 1969. He's a very interesting person. He was born in Budapest, Hungary in 1921, and he was actually killed in a really tragic way. He actually, when he was 47, the same age I am right now, he was in a car accident and actually was decapitated. And the reason I'm telling you about him today for the show is because he actually haunts the museum, particularly up here on this floor. I personally have experienced in the evening, once everyone's out and the elevators aren't being used, I've experienced them going up and down by themselves and dinging and just noises. I know there's other people have experienced things. I believe somebody told me once they saw the skulls on a different part of this floor, like chattering and things like that. But people say that he definitely still hangs around here. He was known to be very eccentric when he was alive, even often wearing a cape and flourishing it, spinning it around and things like that. So if you want to know more about him, you can look him up on the museum's website or just Google Stephan F. Borhegyi, which if you can't see is spelled Borhegyi. Look him up. He's a very fascinating person.
And this is the third floor, right? So
Yes.
the third floor.
Third floor, just a little to the right and forward of the elevator lobby. His picture is right here.
Yeah, so if you want to possibly get haunted from the third floor of the Milwaukee Public Museum and look for Stephan Borhegyi.
Yep. Enjoy.
Thank you, Alice.
You're welcome. The
Story she told me of Dr. Borhegyi got me interested in him, so I decided to do a little more research on him and the hauntings that employees have experienced. One of the coolest exhibits in the museum is the Streets of Old Milwaukee that he had a large hand in creating, and I love the immersive presentation of this exhibit. And there's this sort of recreation of Milwaukee back in the day. As Alice mentioned, it seems that Borhegyi was kind of a dramatic person. He had a flair for fashion, and he dressed in a cape that he would like twirl and a string tie. And this was kind of known as his signature outfit. And he was also known for his courtly manners. Like he would kiss the hands of ladies and bow to the gentlemen. And he sounds like a riot, honestly. I wish I could have seen him in action. And he was also a heroic figure who joined the Hungarian resistance to fight the Nazis in 1944 after the Hungarian government fell. So he actually was active in the resistance. He died on September 26, 1969, as Alice mentioned, in a car accident only blocks from the museum. And since that time, he's said to haunt the museum, specifically the third floor, although I'm not quite sure why the employees are convinced that he is the spirit that haunts them. Besides, some of them report seeing a figure in a cape, and I guess that would make sense, to assume it was him, since he had a true love for the museum and he was known for wearing a cape. So yeah, all right, I'll give him that. It doesn't sound like he's a malicious spirit from what I can figure out. From all accounts, most of the activity happens after hours in the museum, and employees have reported things like motion sensors going off. The elevator will show up on the third floor. without anyone in it. And some of the staff also report walking through cold spots that they described as an intense chill. And with the relocation of the museum happening in a few years, I'm curious if the hauntings will continue to the new location or if this will be the end of this particular legend. What do you guys think? Has anyone had any experience with the Milwaukee Public Museum ghost of Dr. Borhegyi, or do you think that he'll still inhabit the exhibits? He was particularly fond of, I guess, the South American exhibits, things like that. He had a special fondness for, so that's why he hangs out at the third floor of the museum. Those were his beloved collections. So I'm really curious, and let me know what you guys think.